Okay, with the new prototype here, I want to show you some ways that you can make some adjustments for yourself if the diaper is too big or too small for your baby. I now have clips, and all of these things are very tiny, so I suggest using a really small screwdriver. So if you need to make adjustments to these, use a screwdriver to pull up first, like this, pulling both of the pieces of material up, and then making your adjustments by like pulling the top one if you want to tighten it, and just a little bit at a time, pulling it forward, and then pulling on the little tab down here, and that'll tighten it. Same thing to loosen it. And it's just really hard to do with your fingers alone. So this made it much easier for me to do. The next part, I need to undo what I just did. All right, so the next part is obviously the same will work for the clip down here. You're gonna have, sometimes you'll have some of the elastic material as within the clip, and you may need to kind of just go slowly. My biggest suggestion is do not let this get anywhere near the clip, because if it manages to squeak itself out, it is so hard to put back in there. So just do it very slowly, a tiny bit at a time. The other part, although it's not very pretty right now, when you put the diaper on, like so, and it's on your baby, sometimes there's too much slack in here, and that can also cause problems. So I've now created a way for you to tighten. I've made them to begin with kind of loose, and if you look up at the very top, you should see the red yarn. And again, it's not very pretty, but if you are able to get hold of the yarn and pull it out, then you're going to be able to make some adjustments to the white pieces of elastic here. Now, when I used to do mine, I would just pull the whole thing out and put a knot in it, but it's really hard on your fingers. It's because everything is so tiny. So I have attached the red string, and all you need to do is cut the string here like this, and then, you know, make sure that all of the elastic material is pulled out, and then you can simply tie this part in a knot, and it makes this section tighter for you. So, and it may take a couple times getting the yarn just right, but this should help you tighten up. And so now, you know, it's gonna make a bigger little section. The knot will be bigger now, and so it may not fit all the way back into the material here, but at least you will be able to make this section tighter if you need to do so, to make it a little bit more snug for your baby. So like this, and then tie that in a knot. Okay, so hopefully that'll help. And again, I know it's not very pretty yet, but I'm taking all of the feedback that I get from people who have already purchased the diapers, and I ask them for, you know, the kind of problems or issues that they are having. And one of the issues is, even though it's sometimes a custom-made diaper, it's hard to control the bottom section, because you really don't want it too tight, but you want it tight enough so that it holds everything in. So there's my next version, and I'm sure I will make another one of these videos before too long, because I'm constantly improving the model.